What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and don't snap. It's going to be an awesome freaking day. So guys, welcome back, and happy Monday. So, if you're kind of new to the whole situation of what's going on, Monday through Friday, we are now going to be doing armor showcases, weapon showcases, pretty much just every mod except for the homes. Monday through Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So you get even more Skyrim throughout the week, and then you get to finish off the week with your showcase, your home showcase on the weekend on Saturday. So that's kind of what the plan is for today. But today we're taking a look at a very special mod, and I very much appreciate all of the submissions and all of the feedback on the previous home showcase, letting me know what mods you guys would like to see. So I found this one on Bethesda.net, and it is called Shields of Glory 2K. Now, the 2K obviously is a reference to how much, the pixel count and everything like that, but the Shields of Glory, it's 3 high-resolution shields that require the Ebony Smithing perk within the skill tree. So if we take a look at my skill tree right here, we can see that I just went ahead and maxed out my smithing, but you do indeed need at least Ebony Smithing. You don't necessarily need to get Daedric Smithing or anything like that, but you need Orcish Smithing, and then it would help if you had the Elven Smithing, but I think if you have Ebony, it overrides, the Elven necessity, I think. Could be wrong about that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the actual cost of these shields, shall we? And then we'll get into taking a look at them, a proper Ryantium look at them. So we'll start with the Elven Sword, or the Elven Shield. The Elven Shield is probably, I'm going to butcher it, known as Yuvon Ven. Kind of sounds like Yuuzhan Vong from Star Wars. But it increases your carrying capacity by 15 points, which is kind of nice. It costs 1 singular iron ingot, 4 refined moonstones, 2 leather strips, and 1 ebony ingot. Now, it's pretty expensive when it comes to the refined moonstone and the ebony ingots, but that's mainly because you do need the ebony smithing perk to do this. Then within the Orcish, we'll take a look at Mulfen. Now, Mulfen is another one of the shields here, and this one gives you 30% more block 30% more damage with your shield. It costs a total of 3 iron ingots, 5 orichalcum ingots, 1 leather strips, and 1 ebony ingot. So again, kind of pricey with the orichalcum. The iron's not too bad to come across, but the orichalcum can definitely be a bit difficult to come across. And then finally, we have in the ebony, we have Dween Ven, is probably how I'm butchering that, but this is by far my favorite one just because of how Norse it looks, and we'll get into a deeper look at each shield here very, very soon. But this is the most expensive one. Underneath of the ebony category, it increases your health by a total of 70 points for a cost of 5 ebony ingots, 1 leather strip, and 10 firewood. So the leather strips and the firewood, very easy to come across, but the 5 ebony ingots can definitely be a bit of a struggle there towards the beginning, especially if you're trying to gun for like level 100 smithing to try and get to your ebony smithing perk. But these are where the shields are located. Now, they are indeed temperable, so if you find any of your workbenches throughout Skyrim, and you happen to have the necessity and the necessary materials to temper them, you can indeed improve them. But let's go ahead and take a look at each shield close up, and take a look at what they look like. So here I have the full ebony armor on display, with a lovely little ebony sword there, and then the main thing we're taking a look at, and that is the ebony shield right here, the Dween Ven. Now, the crazy part about this is just how detailed it is. This is on Xbox One X, and I mean, I'm getting pretty dang close to this, and none of the textures have really begun to get, muddy. None of them have been able, none of them have gotten murky when it comes to anything like this, and everything just looks so crisp. And the details on this shield, they make me so happy. So, I'm probably butchering some of the symbols on the actual shield itself, but I did try and do a little bit of research before I did this showcase, and I can break down probably a couple of the symbols on here. So the shield has quite a few symbols on there, not to mention the Nordic runes that you see all around the perimeter. But if we take a look, my eyes are constantly drawn to this symbol right here. Now, this has 2 meanings, if I'm not mistaken. One, it can either be Mjolnir or something known as the Nordic Knot. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's most likely Mjolnir, based on the fact that if you look at it upside down, it looks like a hammer with a handle, and it's got, the symbols there, and that looks pretty cool. You also have this large eagle at the top. It could also be a crow and or raven. but I actually think the ravens are what are flanking the shield on the left and right side. It could be symbolizing Hunin and Mugen, I think. Mugen and Hunin, I think. Those are the two of Odin's ravens. But honestly, it's just a beautifully done shield. The details and just the texture work on here are incredibly well done. And then I assume that that's a wolf right there with the googly eye type things looking back at me. But it could also be something else. It could be Fenrir, who knows? You know, like I said, take all of this with a grain of salt. I don't know everything about Norse mythology, but the shield on the front looks incredible. The shield on the back, it's just a regular wooden slab with a few more of your Nordic runes in there. Now, I didn't take the time to translate exactly what it says, but you could possibly do that and let me know what it is down there in the comment section. Might be kind of cool to see that. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this inside of our own inventory, because I want to go ahead and see it close up just like that. So you can really see the sparkle and the shimmer, and you can indeed see that it is enchanted. And it's just a beautifully done shield with the 3D details and everything. It's a beautifully done shield. Absolutely my favorite on this in this mod. So we'll go ahead and re-equip that onto there. And there we go. Now let's take a look at the other ones. So here we see the Juven Von, I believe is what this one's called. Yes, Juven Ven. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what this one looks like up close, and I get a very kind of seaside vibe from this. It's cool that it is within the Elven crafting, because, you know, when I think of Elven, I think of by the water with the Somerset Isles, and I think of, you know, from like ESO with Auradon and everything like that. It's a beautiful area, and this just kind of screams it would be next to an Elven person, or hanging above, you know, an Elven king or queen's stead. You know, it's kind of a neat little spot. It looks very much like a shell, I think. Kind of like what you would see walking along the beach, like a sand dollar, but a very exotic sand dollar. And then if we go and come around the other side, it's a very boring kind of other side right there. It's a nice handle. Looks firm and sturdy. But I can honestly say that if you got hit and blocked something with no hole inside of there to, like, kind of form to your hand, it would probably kind of hurt a lot. A lot when you got hit with that, even if you put your shield up. So yeah, a little bit more of the plain shield in comparison to the ebony one, but even still, it is a beautifully done shield, and the textures, like I've said before, they don't really get muddied. And I think that's the greatest thing about this mod, is because it is the 2K textures, they really come through, and it does look pretty nice. Then we can end off this showcase by taking a look at the Orcish armor. So the Orcish one, I would say, is my second favorite, with the Juven Ven being my third favorite. This one is known as Mulfen, and it reminds me, honestly, of, like, maybe... What am I trying to say here? Something that you would see in the desert. Something that you would maybe see in Hammerfell with the Red Guards. But then again, it's in the Orcish smithing category. So maybe you could see this hanging, you know, as a trophy in an orc, you know, chieftain's house or something like that. It might be kind of cool to see that. It's very ornate, I will give you that. But the large spike in the middle is a really, really cool detail. Now this one has a bit more of the bowl that you would normally see on the inside of the shield, which is kind of nice. So maybe it gives you a bit more bashing power, so you can kind of put your whole weight behind it. But honestly, it's a really, really pretty shield. But it's always the ebony one. I gotta go back to the ebony one, because it's I don't know, it's just more beautiful in my opinion. But again, the textures do not get muddied, and we can get right up close to them, and they look absolutely stunning. So let me know what you guys are thinking about these shields down there in the comment section. Did you like them? Did you hate them? Would you use them in your playthrough? I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about them. I know if I was going to use this in a playthrough, I would be wearing Nordic armor, and I would be using this shield, and I would be using a Nordic sword, and I would be the soldier of the North, and it would be the coolest thing ever. Let me know what you guys are thinking down there in the comment section. Look forward to tomorrow's next showcase. Don't know what it's going to be, but hey, come on by and take a look at it. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.